What are some genres? There's action.
There's action, there's RPG, there's MMO, there's third-person shooters, there's first-person shooters, there's adventure, there's horror, there's...
Why do you know so many?
Open world, because I love video games. This is why I wanted to start a podcast about video games and making them up, because I'm constantly thinking of ideas for video games.
Horror.
The reason why I wanted to start this new segment is because I got a text from Aaron, Tasia's husband, over in Utah.
Wow, you're giving so much information on them right now that
Living
knows
in
exactly where they live now.
Oh, they don't have the last name. Anyway, well, he was saying that him and a buddy of his are learning how to code in Unity, which is a program or a tool to make video games.
That, yeah.
And you downloaded that? Cool. Have you made a video game?
No.
Oh. But anyway, they're just gonna they're gonna try and make a bunch of little mini games or whatever, just for iOS, just quick things that hopefully one of them will get big and they won't have to work ever again. Actually, I don't. That last
kind of like
part
what we're doing right now.
Well, you know what? The dream is alive, Dawson.
The dream, yes.
The dream is alive.
Have you heard of Game Maker?
No.
It's a program you download and you can make top-down pixel games. And there's some. Have you heard of Undertale?
Yeah,
that was made on Game Maker. Yeah,
that's a huge game.
That is a huge.
That was a very.
yeah,
you played that on White and Peace, didn't you?
I did play it.
Oh yeah, I played that. It's pretty good. And there's lots of things you can do with it. And I know Dylan a long time ago brought a tutorial for how to do Game Maker, and I've been wanting to do it. I just haven't had the time. And I'm probably gonna tinker around with it this summer.
Dude, I want to mess with that because you know what, dude? We still need to do. Remember? You weren't there because you didn't come to that.
We need to make.
Remember?
Murder in the Dark.
Murder in the Dark.
The video game.
I always imagined it as a top down. What are you doing though? What was that about?
Don't. It's okay.
Oh yeah, Twitch.
Yeah.
What?
That's true.
What other aspects of a video game are there besides genre?
Oh, you know what? Okay, so I wrote a bunch of just quick notes for build a game workshop. Build a game. Okay, basic style, 2D, first person, 3D,
okay, style,
top down.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I wrote down basic style, genre, whether it's like action, RPG, adventure, shooter, the storyline, character development, twists in the plot, gameplay mechanics.
Top down. I guess what I'm doing here is I saw a method where you just write down a bunch of aspects of the game and you kind of just connect them. Okay, so we want to make a 3D RPG that has character development, you know, like just to get like a randomly generated video game idea that we can just like go off of.
Okay.
So there's 3D top down pixel
junk shooter.
You don't have to spell it right.
Yeah.
I
You're
don't.
the only one looking at it.
Well, now I'm like, how do you spell pixel? Anyways, pixel on. Let me see.
Yeah, look at the notes. I have it all here. Okay, I wanted to talk about something real quick.
What?
Cause I can't figure it out myself. What? Is it not working?
No, just remember to record on Audacity.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. We need to make a list of like everything we have to make sure is up before we start recording. Recording things is like one of the hardest things in the world.
No, it's not.
It is. There's so many things to remember, Jason.
I'm glad you guys take care of it.
Yeah, you're just over there. I'm gonna write down the things that I should be talking about. I do love that poster though. That what? Justice League one.
Oh yeah.
It's sweet, dude. It's a good looking poster.
It's a pretty good one.
Oh my gosh. Look. I do love where the camera's at, man. This is a lot better than last week. It's like up in our faces.
Well, I know it's why. Because I'm in the center.
You're dead center. You're the most important. Yeah. Oh, Ryan, awesome. I love that, man.
3 people watching right now.
That sounded like that was coming through my headphone when you were like, what? It sounded like a guitar, like. I love it. Okay. How are you guys? Oh, yeah, so I wanted to talk about something. Forget about how you guys are doing.
Okay.
I wanted to. I was just okay. I've been at work.
Done.
Also, I love that shirt, by the way. It's a stormtrooper with a. What is that? Is that No, not Leonardo.
That's
Vincent.
the
What
like
is
the
it?
Starry Night, whatever it is.
Who was
but
that?
Star
Michael?
Wars.
No.
I think that was
Who paints that one? Not Michelangelo.
Van
Van
Gogh.
Gogh. That's
I'm
right.
like, I know if I hear it.
I took art history. I don't remember
Still not
anything.
just in the background.
What? You are a
Wow.
solid
This is-
contributor
look
to
at
the
the shirt I
conversation.
got for my birthday. Science. It's like magic. None of you guys are looking at my shirt.
Science.
Heroes of the Storm 2.0.
It's like magic for real.
Free to play from Blizzard Entertainment.
All the time.
Try it now
Did you
and
just
get
get
20
it?
heroes
Yeah,
free.
it still has that new shirt smell.
Did your mom get it for you?
Yeah.
Look
Look
at
at
the
the shirt I got.
Don't
Science.
don't bring up moms in a line.
None of you guys are looking
How
at
do
my
I
shirt.
make this? Hey, what's up, Brian? Hey, everyone's hearing the ad that's playing right now, and I'm trying to pause or turn the volume down, but I don't know how to.
Are they hearing it?
Try it now
How you
and
turn
get
the
20
volume down?
heroes free.
It still has that new shirt smell.
What are you talking about?
On your phone?
They can hear that?
There we go. Turn it down. Boom, done. They should be able to. Because if it's going through there.
Ryan, the ad.
The ad, I know.
You can hear it.
I know. I wasn't trying. It wasn't letting me turn down
So
the volume on it.
professional, Ryan. I mean, awesome.
Austin. Yeah, Ryan. Come on.
Yeah.
Come
alright.
on.
Continue.
Seriously?
What are
Okay.
you talking about?
Okay, so I just wanted to bring this up real quick.
Okay.
Because I can't figure it out. At work, I take a lot of bathroom breaks. Not because I really have to, but
You're one
because
of
I'm-
those people.
I'm trying to kill time.
You're
trying
one of
to
those
kill time.
people. Okay.
And then I pretend like I'm pooping. And so I make sure that I flush not the urinal, but I make sure that I flush like the number 2 toilet. So
I
that
can
they
relate
think that
to
I'm
this
pooping.
story.
And then I spray the spray just like everyone else
Yeah,
does.
because I'm sure they're outside of the bathroom. They're like, all right, good. Austin did go to the
I
bathroom.
don't want my boss to be out there.
But you don't want to be like, somebody comes out like, did you like not flush? Like,
Yeah. But I like stay there every once in a while, and like I'll just get on my phone for a little bit, make sure that I'm killing some time because I don't have as much as people think I have.
I
going
want
on.
your job.
You know.
I relate to this story, but when I was going to school, like when I needed a break from
man.
class.
But the important, but that's not even the big part of the story. Okay, so there's the urinal. Every time I go in there, there's just a huge puddle. There's a huge puddle underneath. I don't know. I'm not gonna go down and smell it. I don't know if it's water. I don't know
Well,
if
is
it's
it
pee.
Did you
leaking?
just ask him to smell it?
Yeah,
No,
I
he
did.
didn't. He just said of.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna try and figure it out.
You guys are weird.
I'm trying to get your guys' help on this.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. There's this big puddle. Sometimes it's more drier than usual. Sometimes it's like a big one. I don't know if it's leaking.
It's probably leaking. You'd have to aim down
Wait,
there.
this is your question?
Well, there's a guy that's kind
I
of.
thought you were. Is there something? I thought you were going on. With
Okay, the
something else
question
besides
is, do you think it's pee or not? Now, here's
that. That's
another
the question.
Steven. Here's an important part to the story. Is I was thinking it was a leak too, but one day I went in there.
And there was no puddle.
Now there's a puddle.
Oh, okay.
But there was some pee on top. It was definitely pee because it's yellow. It's not Gatorade. There's no way someone's drinking a Gatorade taking a wet whiz. Okay?
You never know.
You never know.
But it's up on top. So that's why I'm confused. I'm not sure if it's leaking, if someone's drinking lemonade, or if it's
It's
absolutely
probably
pee.
if it's
Do you think
every
someone's peeing
single
all over the
day.
ground?
Are we seriously talking about this right now? On a game workshop?
I have to figure this out.
I think it's leaking, but you can use your
They're
deductive
they're different
reasoning
colors?
skills.
Deductive reasoning.
You
I don't know what the color is.
You don't know what color it is underneath?
On the ground?
Yes.
I'm not gonna. It's just wet.
It's
It's a huge puddle. The
Yeah,
ground's
is
like
it,
the
is
ground's
it
not
yellowy
white.
or not?
I don't know. It's not like the thing is the ground like the tile on the ground is super dark, so I can't really tell if it's like yellow or clear or red.
We could take a piece of toilet paper.
Oh,
in
good
the puddle,
idea.
Check the color.
That's a great idea.
Would it show color on the toilet paper?
Yeah, it's white.
Yeah, of course it would show
Maybe.
color on the toilet paper.
I guess it'd have to be pretty yellow.
You've
though.
never see
No.
this is why I'm not convinced. Oh, you don't have a dog. No, you had a dog growing up. If the dog pees and you've cleaned it up, it's yellow, dude. On toilet paper. Paper towels. I'll tell you what, Eli's had some pretty dark yellow peas. Should've
You know
given
what?
them
You
that
let
water.
us know Tune in next week. We'll figure out this mystery.
It's a big mystery.
Thursdays, 7 p.m.
Thursday,
Yeah.
7 p.m. on twitch.tv/buildagameworkshop. And YouTube now. Wait,
Okay.
is it streaming on YouTube or no?
No, it's on Twitch.
It's 100. I thought you said it could stream on both.
I could technically do that. Yes.
You look upset with me. I think you should also scoot in a little closer to the mic.
Okay. Ryan, I'll be right back. Gonna grab a blueberry bagel with strawberry cream cheese to watch the podcast. That sounds pretty dang good.
That sounds so good.
It does.
Good for him.
Thanks for rubbing it in. All right.
I'm not sure if we want to make this a thing where we read the chat a lot, or if we should just skip through and make sure we get like good ideas.
If they have good points,
Yeah.
it's not hard to
Probably
read
not.
and
Probably
talk
not
at the
just
same
like
time.
random
Yeah.
quotes, or not quotes, but just like random things. Like,
Okay.
I want to scan for like ideas.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I get it. I get it.
All right. I guess I should intro the whole podcast.
Yes, you should.
Okay.
What are you nervous about?
Well, he has my notebook. I have it all written down. I haven't memorized it yet. I've been working on it as I'm like driving home from work.
Yeah,
All right.
You have. Man, your work.
I love my work. I don't get paid enough
I
though.
don't think I've ever looked at the back of this.
It's nice looking.
The tail.
It's smooth.
I like it.
I don't even know what character that is. Welcome back to another episode of Build the Game Workshop, the show where your newest nerdy friends
Jason. Okay, I like that one better.
Dawson.
and Austin design from the ground up our dream video games. Of course, this is all hypothetical. None of us know a thing about developing video games, nor do we have any ties to anyone who does. It's just a few nerds kicking back, shooting the crap.
I thought you said shiznit.
I did say shiznit.
You got in trouble with your wife, huh?
I say when I say that at home, I do get in trouble. But she's not listening to the podcast.
OMG.
But you never know if she's going to. You know,
She's just watching it right now.
and pretend to make some video games for everyone tuning in to the Twitch. I said I changed it up to Twitch and YouTube, but I
I
guess
can
not
change
YouTube.
it if I want.
Whatever.
Next
dude.
week I can do both.
Whatever. On the Twitch stream, we're live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Feel free to give your ideas in the comments, and if we see a good one, we'll incorporate it into the game. Along with that, and also for everyone listening to the podcast, which goes up every Friday morning, send your starter video game ideas to Twitter at Build a Game Shop with the hashtag BAGW. And if we see a good one, maybe we'll Bagua. Maybe we'll use your ideas in the foundation to build upon for the entire episode. And with all that said, why don't we introduce a new segment and hop right along, or on the board, hop on. I'm working on this. I haven't written it down.
I can tell you where it
Hop on aboard the iOS S Android and
Forgot the next part.
sail right into Minigame Island. There's like some static going on, and I don't appreciate it. I'm not sure if everyone else can hear it. Maybe it's my phone. Maybe people are texting me.
Are you like listening to the past while you're in the present? Oh.
I'm listening to the present right now, but I can't really hear anything. So, well, it's good to have because I would have never known about that static. You know what I mean?
And the ad.
If it was going and the ad. If it would have been going the entire time, we would have been in a huge trouble. All right. So with this segment, basically. I'm just kidding.
You gave me like the dirtiest look.
You're a child. No, I'm just kidding. Our child cries all the time. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna have a huge powwow where we just throw out a bunch of rapid fire minigame ideas for iOS, Android, whatever. Maybe
Sorry.
even
I won't do it again.
maybe even PC on Steam, because you know that there's plenty of little mini games on there,
Yeah.
or little indie apps and stuff. Do you have an idea? Do you have an idea? For
Wait,
like-
would you? I honestly
What?
didn't listen to what you just said,
Keep going.
but I have an idea.
keep going.
Okay.
Oh wait, for the full show?
No.
Oh, okay, go.
So, this is actually not my idea. I can't take the credit for it.
Oh, who do we credit?
But just my friend
Oh,
Nimrod. Anyways.
Oh yeah.
He was saying
You
that
can give him a plug. Give him a plug. Give him a little shout out on his YouTube channel. He's got a YouTube channel.
Nimrod with an H. Okay. Anyways, there's this happens in Rainbow Six Siege all the time.
Yeah.
Where you're waiting for a match, you're just sitting there waiting, and there's like you can't do anything in the game. You just sit there. So he was saying that it'd be really cool if
Have a mini game.
there's like an add-on or something with like Steam or something where you can play like little mini games and stuff like that. Like it pops up like on a separate little like almost like in-game type of thing. You know, like where you can hit like Shift Tab and you open up like the Steam.
That'd be cool. It
You know
kind
what
of
I mean?
reminds me of like in the newer Super Smash Bros. Like while you're waiting for an online battle, you're like practicing on
Yeah,
this
so-
punching bag.
Like in Gary's mod now, some of the servers while you're especially in like prop hunt and stuff, while you're waiting for like the people to hide, static and phone ringing. Yeah, Austin. Anyways,
Yeah, I got it.
so while you're waiting for a Gary's mod, while like the props are hiding, the hunters they have little mini games,
Just keep going.
and
Mike's calling. You gotta figure this out.
you can do like left, up, down. Like you have like different. You could like there's like snake going on as well. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah, like so there's like little mini games while you're waiting for like the props to hide in Gary's mod. So
It would be also cool if like if you did really good at that mini game, like it gives you an advantage in
That would be
the
kinda-
game.
I
You
could
know,
see-
like
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, or you could get an advantage for you or a disadvantage for them. Maybe if you do really good, they get less time to hide, or you know.
yeah, that's a
I
good
don't
point. In a game like Gary's mod, I could see that.
Mhm.
In Siege, they wouldn't be able to pull something off like that.
Right.
But in certain games, that's actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
But I think they should
Like
have.
it feels like a party game or something.
They
where there's
should.
a lot of people, and you can have that kind of game mechanic where, oh, if I'm gonna do really good, I'm gonna screw you
Mhm.
over. You know.
Because there's the new game. A new game that I've been playing recently is Player Unknown's Battlegrounds or Pub, whatever you want to say. It's really fun. And basically, it's like while the game's trying to set up and it's trying to find like all the players, because it's a huge thing. It's like 100 people. While it's like searching for all these people, you basically can run around and like pick up guns or just run around and just do whatever you want. So that's nice to have that option where you can actually do something while you're waiting for a game.
So
So
you
I'm
want
saying,
that in
so
Rainbow
I'm saying
Six?
that there's some games that are out there where you're waiting for a game, but there's nothing you can do about it. Like there's no side thing,
Mhm.
Like Call of Duty, they
Right.
do okay with you can change loadouts and stuff while you're
Well, you
waiting
can change
for the game.
loadouts, and I remember
Yeah.
I can't remember which one. You could go into like a shooting range type of thing and like figure out what gun you like the best, like while you're waiting for the match to start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just think that they should have an option where, you can open up basically a mini game
Yeah.
while you're waiting for your game to
Mhm.
start. So you can play like different things and all that stuff. And then once the game is starting, you can either minimize it or you can do like the shift tab. Because on Steam they have it where if you shift tab, it opens up like kind of a Steam background mechanic where you can like look at friends and other stuff like that. So they should have in shift tab. They should have maybe like a little mini game tab as well. I
like
think
it.
that would be awesome.
That would be really cool. And I guess the minigame would have to depend on what game, like what game what kind of minigame were
Mhm.
you thinking? Like what would go good with that game?
Well, I don't know. I didn't really think that far, but I think that maybe they should have it where it's just like a regular game, like
Uh-huh.
Siege or something like that. But they have a whole nother category in Steam where it's like mini game tab, where they
Mhm.
have like, I know it's bothering you, huh?
I can hear it on the mic. See, this is why I have to hear it. I can pick up everything.
So like they should set like people should make mini games that you can purchase as well.
Purchase,
Dude.
I think it should just be
Greedy.
Think about it though. If they put Pokemon in like the mini game, so while you're waiting for a game, you could like play Pokemon or do something like that. Fallout Shelter.
So you're saying like in every single video game, if there's a load screen, there's like some kind of
no,
like,
you can open it up if you want. I'm just saying if like
Oh,
with
yeah.
Siege, if you're sitting there for 3 minutes
Sure.
and that's all you're doing,
Yeah.
it'd be nice to have an option where you can open up a mini game.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Because if developers out there, could make mini games, it's not like it needs to be complicated games. Just
Mhm.
super,
What?
low resolution game.
Why don't we take this like a step further? Every single video game from now on, this would be ingenious. If there's ever a loading screen that they know is going to be in the game itself,
Mm-hmm.
they need to have a certain code that works with the console or the PC that you're working with, to where you could just exit out of the game, like on PS4 for example, where you could just exit out of the game and the PS4 is working with that game and figuring out when you get into a match so that it'll notify you, hey, you're getting into a match, but you could go and play a different game while you're waiting. or something like a quick round of Rocket League, because usually you can get in a round pretty fast on that.
Yeah,
or
usually.
or something else, or maybe you're like watching Hulu or something. It's like, I'll just watch this show that I was watching, and then once I get in a match, it'll notify me, and then I could just jump right back in. That would be ingenious.
So maybe they
like
should
it.
have a plug-in that makes any of those possible, where you could watch a TV show, but make it so it's so much, because if you want to do that, you always have to tab out of your game to do it. So maybe they should have a plug-in or something like that, to where you don't need to tab out of your game or minimize it, or
I feel like if you want to build it in, it just be, instead of a loading screen, it should be whatever game you want to play.
Yeah. You know what? Okay, Ryan Sellers' log says, hide and seek Rainbow Six Siege minigame. You get placed in a maze and have to find other people. The maze randomizes every single time. And so maybe you get a gun and you could just shoot people up. That's kind of like that one, I don't know. Remember in GTA, you probably haven't played GTA 5.
Mm-mm.
GTA 5, there's like a little mini game where you go into a maze and like you each get like a knife or a bat, like melee weapons, and then you just, if you turn a corner, you kill people, and whoever gets the most kills wins.
Yeah, just a quick like randomized.
so whoever
game.
That's ingenious.
the reason why it's like Siege is always like, that's one of the games I play a lot, is and it's always, you're always waiting for a game. So I wonder if maybe if they do have a mini game, so while you're waiting, any player that has already loaded into the game, even your teammates, you could maybe do this type of mini game that Ryan says. I don't know. I just think it'd be a great idea to have mini games, or even Netflix or Hulu, where you can just like have it in the back, like, but you don't have to tab out of the game at all.
Mhm.
It's just there, and then you can like pause it and then get back in the game once it's loaded.
That's pretty smart. I like that. I like that a lot.
I like
or
it a
like
lot.
or like even, because I'm like thinking Netflix, what can you really watch for 3 minutes? But like
Yeah, that's true.
maybe like an add-on where there's recommended YouTube videos for you, and then you just click on 3-minute YouTube video. That looks good.
Yeah.
I
That's smart.
Well, it's because the reason why I want this like add-on or plug-in, because I hate having to tab out of the game
Right.
to open up like the browser or have the browser open and play it, and then it's annoying because it's like, oh, the game's about to start, so now I have to tab back out to pause the video to get back into the game and tab back in the game.
Life is hard.
Oh, first world problems, man, for sure.
Yeah,
but
100%.
like, and I also hate having to use my phone too, because I'm sitting there, and it's just like, okay, because then sometimes you're looking down and you're like, oh, don't realize the game has started or something like that.
Right.
So it's like if it was a plug-in just on the side and you can see the game as well, you know what I mean? So you know exactly what's happening.
That's smart. I like that. That's a
like
pretty good
that.
idea. Do you okay. And now, okay. So I think that's it for that. That's probably running its course. Okay. I got a little mini game that I was thinking of at work. Now, this is gonna get really immature, but I love it, and I think that it would be smart. You know how in like virtual reality. Also, just to clear it up for everyone on Twitch, I just know that we got a question. Is like, they asked, is this a Q&A podcast? Kinda. I don't know. It's just like a collaborative thing where you guys could send in your ideas, or like through the comments or on Twitter or whatever, and we're able to
Just grab it while we're laughing.
Yeah. Where you give your ideas for video games as we're talking about it and all that stuff. So you guys, if you ever have anything to contribute to the conversation, just get it done.
Just get it done. It's a Band-Aid. Just dump it on the table.
No!
Dump it on the table, because you have to hear that all day.
I'll be quiet.
But anyway, so that's that. So I got an idea for a mini game.
Okay.
Thought of it at work because
A mini game for like a
well,
what we're talking about, or a mini
either a
game
mini
for
game
this?
like a little app or
Oh, okay.
something.
Gotcha.
Not well. it
I
could
thought
be.
we were like gonna play a mini game right now, like us three or something.
No. This is Minigame Island.
Okay.
Guys. Quick pitches.
Okay.
So basically, what it is, I was at work. Sometimes you got the gas. I'm in my own isolated room, kinda. Door doesn't close. I let out a little silent fart.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get it out. I don't want to go to the bathroom every time.
It happens.
So I was thinking of this minigame idea, where maybe you're like this random dude, or like this guy. You're this character in like a big Hollywood like after party type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
After your what's it like the showing? What's those called? Like the red carpet. The
After party.
yeah, whatever. Well, like you do
premiere?
the premiere of a
Okay,
movie.
yeah.
So you go to an after party, or maybe the Oscars after party, and you go to this. And you're just this guy that was invited along. You got all the celebrities there. and all that stuff, and you gotta fart really bad. So basically, you're dropped into the game. You let out a silent fart. The game is gonna be called Silent but Deadly, and you just take control over a fart. And you know how like you're able to do like the virtual reality things with your phone now.
Yeah.
So obviously that functionality is available in phones.
Mhm.
You just take control over the fart, and you work your way through the entire room. And what you have to do is get the smell up in everyone's nose and knock them out. And once you knock everyone out, you win. But Silent but Deadly, it's kind of stealth, just like Silent Pistol a little bit. You got to make sure you're not detected, because if people could see that other people get knocked out, they're gonna leave. And if anyone leaves the party, you lose.
Ooh.
So you got to make sure that no one leaves. So you got to be like, you got to isolate people. Like, you got to find people that are just by themselves, infect them first. With every single person that you knock out with your noxious fumes, you can like split. You can split, and then kind of like a Gario, and then you could go in separate directions and get two people at once, and then you can keep splitting.
Well, how do the controls work? If
Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe it'll be fingers this time. I don't know.
Ryan says, you blame others.
You blame others.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another functionality in the game. You can
Yeah.
blame other people and be like, oh, it's that guy. Don't leave. He's just a douche. And then they don't leave. So you can convince people.
And there's gonna be drafts, of course. You have to avoid.
You gotta account for that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the drafts. Oh. See, I think this is a Silent but Deadly. That's a pretty good little mini game with your phone.
100%.
100%, he says.
We'll have to add that into the Rainbow Six Siege minigame.
Rainbow
Yeah.
Six Siege. Oh, one.
It'll fit right in.
Oh,
Fit
yeah.
right in.
It really would. It definitely has everything to do with first-person shooters strategies. I'm trying to think if I have any other. Oh, I thought of a good little video game idea for like PC. Do you have any ideas? No.
I did have one
Oh,
little
go for
idea.
it.
It's really lame though.
It doesn't matter.
Whenever I would play, it's
lame.
It's gonna be
Gotcha.
lame, but that's okay. Whenever I played Pokemon, I always loved growing berries for some reason.
Okay.
Did you guys ever grow berries, or did you just pick them?
I hardly ever play Pokemon. I
Well,
don't remember this.
I didn't.
I would love planting them and then coming back like half a day or a day later and then like collecting them. I'd love to like have a game where you just like grow berries for some reason.
That's it?
Like,
It's like
yes!
Farmville, is it not?
No, but there'd be like a different mechanic. Like I don't know.
It's just berries.
No, I was thinking because I know people have like apps that I've seen this app. It's a productivity app where like you grow a tree for as long as you don't look at your phone.
Oh,
say you
yeah.
have your phone.
Yeah.
Have
That's
you
how
seen this?
Farmville works
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Like you can't.
I think you can just
can't look
leave
at
it. You can leave it go or leave it be.
Well,
or-
this is like a productivity thing. So the longer you go, the more berries you get,
Right,
or
right.
the longer your plant stays alive.
So what can you do
and
with the berries?
You can do
Export, import.
whatever you want with them.
Import seeds, export berries.
Sure.
You can just do whatever you want.
You can
You just-
collect
in the
them.
game, you can just run
You
up to
can
people
eat
and throw in
them.
their
You can
face.
throw them at people. I don't know. I was like, I want to make a game where you grow berries. That's it. I mean, there'd be more stuff.
No, that's smart. I like the idea of like exporting the berries. Like, so maybe like you're like a little berry. You're a berry farmer or something like that, right?
Mhm.
And like you start like at a
tiny little seed.
like a farmer's market, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, you start as a farmer's. No, you're not playing as a berry. But you start as like you start in your little business as at a farmer's market,
Mhm.
and then like you get notoriety. People start
Mhm.
coming in. You build your business and all that stuff, and you have to manage
Right.
also where you're like exporting berries and all that stuff, and you got to make sure that you're getting them to people on time.
Mm-hmm.
I like that little mini game. That's a smart. That's kind of like, have you ever
Resource
played?
management.
Oh,
and like,
man.
yeah. I
Those
like
games
it.
are really stressful, but pretty fun at the
Yeah,
same time.
people
But
get
it's just
addicted to
strictly
those
berries.
kind of things. Strictly berries.
Strictly berries. Raspberries,
But there's different-
blackberries,
yeah.
blueberries,
Oh my God.
strawberries,
Cherries, whatever. Like, whatever.
I hope someone makes that game.
dingleberries.
Just so you can be
There you
happy.
go.
Isn't that like a little poop that's stuck to your butt?
Yeah.
Dingleberries.
They're the rare ones.
You want to share Nan Boys?
Sure. I do like the idea though. I always like the idea of a one life game, because that makes you so you more cautious, and you actually is more realistic. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So you
Right.
have that where you actually really need to watch your back, or you really gotta watch and that's exactly how Battlegrounds is, where you only have one life and that's it. So you have to be like super careful with what you do.
Mhm.
So I like the idea,
Of what?
but 100 people on each team
Well,
though
you
is
need to
insane.
share the
Okay.
idea of what he's talking about.
Well, it's 100 people on each team.
Yeah.
And basically you can choose whatever time period, whatever you want to, what you call it, Romans, Spartans, whatever. Knights. Get one life. Huge battleground, obviously. You got 100 people on each team. You can choose different people. So obviously you can have like medics and that kind of stuff who can injure injured people. But obviously you can't just bring back someone from the dead.
Right.
Archer, shield, swordsman, obviously that kind of stuff. So it's a really, honestly, I like this idea. I like the one life in a game. It makes it more real. It has like a more realistic feel to it.
The thing is, you gotta have like some kind of mini game to play while you're waiting for the match to end if you want to get into another match, or you could just find another match.
Battlegrounds takes 1 minute and you're in the game.
You're in a new game.
You're in a game.
Gotcha.
So
It's basically Battlegrounds.
well, it is, but
Except you could. What he's saying is you could choose a different kind of battle. So maybe you could do battles with guns like in the future day, or maybe you could do past battles like with swords and archers and stuff. Maybe you could do super futuristic where it's like crazy. I don't even know.
But the thing is, it's 100 people, so it's team
That's
based.
a lot.
It's team
Yeah.
based.
You gotta work together.
You gotta work. That's maybe
Imagine
what
getting a crew together of 50 people in your life. Like you have that many friends to play this one game. That would be so
I don't even
awesome.
know that many
pretty sweet.
people.
What also brings
Yeah.
up this also brings up a good point as well.
Wizard battles.
Is if they are like time, so if we are doing like Vikings versus, for instance, like nowadays, like our time period now,
The
like,
army.
you know what I mean? It's like, that won't even be a fair fight, would it?
Would
You know what I
it?
mean? Would Vikings even stand a chance against like tanks and?
Well,
Would
I
they?
wasn't thinking that we would.
I know,
like,
but
mix
I'm
up
just
the
saying,
different-
I'm bringing up that point because there's
Right.
no way we could do that. So how would you even off who's versus who?
Mhm.
Magic.
You know what I mean? Because if you choose Vikings, there's gotta be a time period limit. Where
Yeah.
You can't go certain to make it fair, or do you have to go Viking as well, the other team? You know
Well,
what I mean?
that's what I'm saying. Like you choose which time period you're fighting in,
Hmm.
or what kind of style. You could do mutant fights. That would be sweet.
That would be pretty
Cool.
sweet.
That'd be sweet. So those are the different kinds of game modes. It's instead of like 1v1, like how Call of Duty you got like kill confirmed and all that stuff. This would just be like it's the same type of fight every time. You just got a set number of people, one life. Whoever whoever is at the end wins, right?
That'd be-
Except the game modes
it
are
would-
like what errors.
It would.
errors.
This would honestly be so cool, though.
That would be sweet.
It would be so cool because then Ryan brings up a good point where you can have one person would be a captain of the team. So it's like if
How
I'm
do you do that?
captain
Oh.
on like voice chat, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, everybody like I want 20 people flanking right. We're gonna go on this side, and everyone's like, yes, sir. Like, how cool would that be? You'd be like leading like this huge army with you.
There'd
That'd
be so many people are like,
cool.
no, that's stupid. I'm not going to do that though.
That would be really cool though.
That would be awesome. What
If you
would
could
be-
work it out, really, you have to.
either you got to have a good posse
or squads. You could have like a captain of each squad,
Yeah, that's smart.
and they have so there's like maybe 5 people that can talk to you. No one else can.
if you wanted to force it to where like you were really a captain and you made people go in the certain areas, maybe it's kind of how like in Battlegrounds, like as time goes on, the bubble that you have to stay in it
Yeah.
gets smaller, and if you go outside of the bubble, you die. So maybe when you're commanding people to go to a certain area and flank like the enemy or something like that, their bubble gets like they have to stay in that bubble, so they have to follow your command.
So are we gonna? So if a game like this was to be made, are we making this how you're saying? Are we making this a big map, or are we kind of doing like a Lord of the Rings style where it's just like they just clash?
Clash, dude.
So
What
then
do you mean?
Because
Oh,
that means it
oh.
wouldn't be a big map at all. If everyone's just gonna clash, that's it.
Not necessarily. No, it should just be a huge map because you could.
So then there's
clash.
more strategy to it.
I feel like
'Cause there's no
you
strategy,
could
though.
clash, but you start on opposite ends. Almost like Age of the Empires,
Yeah.
but you have to come together and
So-
battle at some
Sure.
point.
So a bigger map means there actually is strategy.
So basically, this is Age of Empires.
But it's not because it'd be like first person
yeah. Okay. You could actually be
or
in the
third
battle.
person. That's fine too. But I don't want this like an above like Age of Empires thing. I want this like you're actually one of them.
Do you think that there should be a game mode? There should be like a game mode within this or whatever where you could just do a one-on-one, but you do get like 50 people and you completely command.
You would
people.
definitely have to have some
something
sort
like
of
that because they don't want to
NPCs.
play with a bunch of people.
You'd have to have some sort of NPCs, I would think.
Well, that's kind of like.
But
For Honor, then.
honestly, though, but this idea, I think this would be really cool. I honestly think that if
I
you
like
can-
being able to change like what kind of enemies there are. For
Because
sure.
I feel like this would, and you get one life. I feel like this would feel so more
yes,
realistic to like an actual.
if that's
battle.
like forced in there for sure. Because there's so many games where you can play the game like Search and Destroy, like you get one life pretty much usually,
Yes.
right? Yeah, that's how it always goes.
for each round, yeah.
But that's just one game mode. If you have a whole game where it is just forced, you only have one life.
Because
That's
it's,
awesome.
it's basically kind of like Battlefield. You know, it's like a lot of people. It's like 25 versus 25 in Battlefield, but you just keep responding over and over again. I think it'd be really cool where you don't respond. So this makes you have to work way like a lot more with your other team, your teammates and stuff. That's what I would like.
Yeah, so you could have the different squads like Ryan is saying, and then maybe it all. Do you think that like there would be a ranking system where like
How so?
well like if you're ranked at 100 or you have this many hours logged into the game,
You could be a
you're
captain.
automatically the captain.
Okay, so in
That's kind of bullcrap. Or you can choose not to be.
Okay,
the captain.
Black Wake.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Battlefield, but Pirates of the Caribbean status, where you're on a ship and stuff like that. It's really cool.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, pirate paddles too.
Yeah. No, it's a really cool game.
That'd be
Anyways, you could take in kind of how they do it. Basically, you can like put yourself forth to be the captain, and then people vote who
Yeah.
they want, and then it gives in Black Wake, it gives basically a percentage of, how many wins they have, and just different statistics. So that way you can vote who you want, who would maybe do a better job. So I think if they did it like that, then I think that would work out really well.
Yeah, sure.
That'd be
Oh yeah,
cool.
that's true. Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of why would people like, I could just see like trolls just going against the captain. So I'm thinking like,
Yeah, exactly.
what if like if the captain dies, then your team loses like automatically. So they want
They can't. There's no way we could. Then the game could end so fast. It's basically that'd be like chess. I don't know if I don't know.
Well, it's kind of like I'm trying to think of why. I'm trying to think of a mechanic where you have to follow the
captain.
captain's orders. I was also thinking like, so the captain can directly talk to maybe like 6 people,
Yeah.
and then those 6 people control like
Yeah. The
10
squads.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah. And the captain can't directly talk to like all
Okay,
100
but
people.
If
Yeah. Right.
this is why I think that you would have to follow the captain, because say there's a couple people who are just trolls and they just run off and stuff, they're just gonna die. Like there's no way one person versus like 20
Yeah.
is gonna win anything. You know what I mean?
True.
So it's like if he follows what his squad leader's telling him,
Mm-hmm.
then there's a way better chance that he's gonna survive.
That's
And
true.
if you survive longer, you're gonna get probably more points where you can upgrade your
Sure.
stuff, or
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean.
More
So
points
you would
as long
want
as your captain is
to
alive.
win. You would want to
Uh-huh.
win. But I don't know if I like the idea of if your captain dies and you
That is just
lose.
over. Yeah, that would kind of.
I don't know if I like that idea.
Yeah, maybe I
Because that's kind of
retract
like
my idea.
I always reference Call of Duty, but like whenever anyone got the nuke, I think back in the day, if you got the nuke, the game was just over, and people would get the nuke and like they were so good, they would get so many kills all in one shot, or like right after each other without dying. Right? It's called the kill streak. And then they get the nuke in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and it's supposed to be a 10-minute match, and then
Yeah.
once they get the nuke, the game's over. It's like, well, that wasn't even fun. What's the point of that?
Right.
I got killed like 20,000 times by this one guy, and then I got nuked.
Here's the other problem. So
What?
say you're not a captain and you're not like a squad leader, you're just a little
Mhm.
minion person. Well, the captain's probably gonna send you out to like die. Like even if you do your best, you're
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 you're probably gonna die.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
feel like that wouldn't be that fun for the person that is.
Well, so what Battlegrounds has is they have the option of spectating your teammates. So after you die, you can just spectate.
Mhm.
So they
Sure.
could have that option, and I think that you could just spectate maybe the captain or whoever's in your squad.
Mhm.
And if you know people, because you're probably, I don't know, I feel like this is the type of game where you're gonna go in with friends. Like you're
Mhm.
not typically gonna go in by yourself. So you could just spectate your friends, and you'd probably be on Discord or whatever, and just talking to them and everything like that.
Mhm.
So I don't think it would be that big of a deal.
Okay.
But
I guess
um,
how easy would it be to die? That also depends.
Well, it depends on if we're gonna go with the idea of.
There should be algorithms. There should be
Yeah,
code like
are-
figuring out like how many times in what areas adds up to a death.
So are we?
How much
Are we
adrenaline you got
deciding
pumping.
you can choose what time period? Is that what we're going with, or are we gonna have?
I would
this
say that those are the
just-
different kind of game modes. You can choose to be like a sailor. You could do ship battles. You could do like futuristic,
That'd be
Black Ops 3 battles.
much coding and like,
That would be a lot.
That would
but
be
that
a
would make this an
ton.
ultimate game.
it would be crazy.
It'd be one of the games
Oh,
to
yeah.
like end all games.
Oh, yeah.
Not
It-
all games, but
it
all
would
those
be-
types of games.
it'd be awesome.
You would never need a player underground bold,
It's true.
whatever your game is called. I don't know.
I would if that was the case, I'd definitely be playing.
You
this
would
game.
never do
Oh, I would be
H1Z1.
playing
You would
this
never
game.
do King of the Hill or whatever. Yeah. Oh, 100%. This
game
the
would be
game
awesome.
to end all of those games, survival games, not survival, but whatever. Is this just going to be the game that we talk about for the rest of the
I don't know.
show? Because I'm actually kind of excited. Or do we want to move on from this?
I don't have anything else.
You don't have
I
anything
don't
to
have
talk
another
about?
idea.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't really have anything either.
But it's a good idea.
Mutant
It
battles
wasn't
would be so
my
crazy.
week.
It's a very good.
Yeah.
Shut up. It's a
That's
very.
it's up to you.
It was a very good. It was a very good idea, Nambo. I think that we.
It's
I
pretty
think we juiced it for all it's got.
Okay.
Well,
That's a
what's
really
it-
good idea.
Well,
I would love to see this game.
before we put it to bed, what's it gonna be called?
Oh, it's
Ooh.
Ambush.
No.
ambush.
I'm just throwing out ideas. See when
Squad
this
Leader Red
sticks.
Squadron 446. No.
No.
Geha.
Gay, huh?
Geha.
Oh.
It's war in Portuguese.
Oh,
I
is
thought
it?
you said gay something.
Gay?
Gay?
War.
I'm gonna write down all
Can't say
ideas.
war. That's a lame name.
100 till death.
Leaders.
No.
100 to die.
100
The Fallen.
death. Ooh.
No. that's like a band name. 100. I like one. What? I like the idea of like 100. Like 100 in the title because you get 100 people in each game mode.
Let's just triple it. Let's just go 300. That's the title.
Oh yeah, 300. That's an original title.
300.
Yeah, 300.
300. 100%.
That's how many days are in a year. That's how many. I'm just kidding.
Close, but wrong.
Last-
Last
But
one
no cigar.
last one standing.
Last one.
Last man standing, that's too generic.
Last
standing.
one standing.
Nah.
Oh, one. Okay, never mind. It's totally original now.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm just brainstorming.
Or 100.
Or 100.
Just 100?
Just 100. Just
50-50.
50.
50.
50.
50-50 battle. 50-50
50-50
war.
makes sense.
50-50. 50 cent. 50 deaths.
50 deaths.
50 death. 50 death. I like 50 death.
Don't die.
Don't die.
Don't
Or
die.
you lose. Don't die. Parentheses or you lose.
His army. That'd be. Oh, that's a cool name. His army.
Death
His
Squad. No.
God's army.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squadron.
I'm just kidding. Let's see.
100
Let's squish some of
100
these
deaths.
together. Ambush the
99
Fallen.
deaths. Because one person has to live.
99 corpses of death on the wall.
99 corpses. That's what it should be called.
99 corpses.
Mm.
100 corpses.
No,
Why would
because
it be
one
99?
person lives. That's how you win the game.
Oh yeah, that's true. 99 corpse.
Yeah.
99 corpses.
I like it.
99 corpses.
I like 99 corpses too, actually, a little bit. 99
It feels like
bloodstains.
it's a little bit macabre.
99 bodies.
99 bodies.
99. That's not much better.
Yeah, it flows better than corpses.
99 bodies.
Corpse eye. 99 corpse eye.
Okay.
99
Like
Anyways.
fungi.
Sure.
Sure.
Like cacti
I just say
or
stupid-
octopi.
Oh yeah. That's the best kind of pie. Cow pie.
198 arms.
Why 198 now? What's going on with you?
99 Fallen.
Ooh, 99 fallen.
I kind of like that.
99 fallen.
You have to repeat it like that.
Just squishing some together.
All right. Anyways.
Squishing some together.
No.
Sorry, I'm trying
Oh man.
to tweet out.
I like it.
That's pretty good.
99
That's a
fallen.
pretty good game.
99 fallen, 100%. I could dig that too.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I also thought about at work?
What?
You have a lot of free time at work.
Yeah, he does.
Well, I'm doing monotonous things where I can just shut off my brain.
Gotcha.
I've made a few mistakes this week, but
Austin, you're fired.
I'm
Hope
afraid
your boss isn't watching.
he's gonna be outside of the bathroom one of these days. And I'm gonna walk out, and he just be like,
You're fired.
"That was a 50-minute poop." I don't think so. You're out. Dang it.
I don't care. You sprayed the bathroom.
Yeah.
I know what you were doing.
Have
in
fun
there.
cleaning the poop on the walls. Then, just kidding. I would never poop on the wall.
You know,
Surprisingly,
you
that
just
happens
add-
at where I work.
you know.
I've seen that.
How terrible is that?
I've seen.
How could
that.
you go
I
into
remember
your
walking
store and doing that?
Because I was working there,
You're
and
terrible.
that
That's-
happened.
You're
I
a
bet
terrible
you-
human being
Yeah.
if you do
screw
that.
You. Burn. Okay. So So what I wrote down was a game where you're a superhero and you constantly have to choose between 2 or more people to save.
Ooh, I like that.
And like it's just a constant like like Spider-Man 1 where he's like
Yeah.
choosing between Mary Jane.
But he saves both of them.
He does
so
save
this
both of them.
game,
this
you
one you
can't do
have
that.
to lose though.
Okay,
you
I like
lose
that.
one
I
person.
like
So
that.
you but in between
But how
saving
do
people,
you-
you develop relationship with certain people.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have
Yeah,
to develop,
you develop
relationships so that
with
it's
people
hard.
so that it's
yeah.
like, oh frick,
Yeah.
and like maybe you realize like, oh, like this, or maybe you have one of your superpowers is you can kind of like see what each person's gonna be in the future, like a little bit, like what they're gonna accomplish at the same time.
Hmm.
So you
Make it-
develop an important relationship with them, but their life isn't as
Interesting.
important as that person's life. So you're like, frick. So you're either
Or
selfish.
maybe there's 2 and there's one over here. One
But that
important
one
yeah,
might.
maybe you get
I
3
like.
people.
I like it.
This
Yeah,
is
these are-
interesting.
But
these
how?
like
but how
ethical
do-
decisions.
But that's just
Ethical
it though. Like, how do
problems.
you where?
I
How do you
don't know.
develop the? How do you develop the relationships?
Have you ever heard of a game called Persona 5?
No.
So in that game, I really don't know what that game's about.
Okay.
There's like a
What's up,
ultimate-
Gabs?
Hey, there's an ultimate like storyline that goes along with it, but there's like a mechanic where you develop a bunch of relationships with people.
Like I feel like this is.
So is it kind of like a Telltale kind of feel to it?
No, not Telltale.
And obviously not how the game works, but like it's basically like a movie and you make decisions.
The way
or
I'm
is it you're
picturing
actually
this-
like or you're actually like playing as the character moving around the whole time?
The way I'm picturing it is those
Is it
like,
open world? I don't know.
those anime video games where
Yeah, I
like
know
you
what you're
got,
talking about, yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
immediately
Yeah.
picture.
Actually, that would be kind of cool.
But-
to make this an anime one.
I feel like those are lame.
Okay,
but-
Why is it lame? Persona 5 is one of the biggest games out there right now.
Okay,
No, I mean the anime style is kind of lame.
I don't know. It would be
I
cool if it
really
was in
like-
cartoon
I like that.
style.
I really like this idea.
Yes.
I've played a lot of Telltale games,
Yeah.
and those games
would be right at home.
those games bug me so much because they make it where it's like you choose between one person and the other usually, like to live or to die, but you don't really.
Yeah.
If you choose the other option, it's like something happens where it's gonna happen either way, no matter what choice you make.
Right.
It happens anyway, so it's like
What's that game with that wolf?
The
Wolf Among Us?
Yeah,
Wolf Among
it's like the same
Have
thing.
you played that one?
I've played it.
You
But
tra-
you can't remember what it's called. You're lying.
it's about a wolf.
What's
Wolf
that game with
Among Us,
that
okay.
wolf?
Well,
That
that's how
wolf-
it is though. Telltale, it's like you make a decision, but in reality, it doesn't matter at all
Right, it
because the
doesn't
same
matter.
thing is gonna happen, and that
Yeah.
bugs me so much in those games.
Right.
It's like I actually didn't have any choice. It
Right.
makes you feel like you have a choice, but you don't.
Mm-hmm.
So if we do this, it's gotta be like you actually make a decision that affects the game greatly,
Yeah.
where you actually do lose someone.
Choose your own adventure. But
So-
What if you're immortal? What if you're immortal? So you never die, right? And every time you make that choice, it goes however many years in the future of what
Person accomplished.
what that person accomplished, and then you live in that world that is created because of their death, and you're like, oh crap, like I screwed up the world. So you lose points
Like the
if the world
butterfly
ends up
effect?
being worse, off for it, or you gain points.
But
if
then
it's
that
better.
but if you do it like that, where the world is better off, or the world is, better or worse,
Yeah, right.
that's kind of like a. There's gonna be a lot of people out there where they're gonna be like this game is so like liberal, or this game is so conservative. You know what I mean? Like the different views
Oh, that's
and
true.
stuff like
That's
that.
True. Like, who
So
are
it's
we
like
to
what
judge
is who is
better than
actually
the other
judged to what is better, what is worse for the world.
it's true.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's like I don't think we could go that way because it'd make
Unless it was
be
like
really-
cartoony. unless it like did
Yeah.
not like real people.
Maybe.
What if you're like, what if you're like a kid superhero and everyone you're saving is like a bunch of little kids?
So there's no like views.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
anything?
There's no stupid political views that people
Yeah.
are like, what the frick? This is so stupid.
Yeah, it'd get so political that way.
It's true. Dude, yeah. Imagine if like someone super political was making this game.
We'd get sued.
and they're
so
like,
much.
you either save the person
Or you
that
save the
is behind
tree.
abortion, or
Or-
save the person
yeah,
that's against
seriously.
abortion. Everyone's gonna lose their
Oh,
freaking
everyone
minds.
will. But maybe that's the beauty of it. You can choose it, and you can just be like,
I like
so
the idea.
so conservative as you want, or such like just liberal as you want.
I like the idea of this, like, yeah, having like all these huge political views, and then like, and that's what they're forced to choose between. And in reality, they think they're playing a video game, but in reality, it's actually just a bunch of surveys that people are putting out, like wondering like what everyone's
That's funny.
against or behind. And
I think
against
that
it.
if we keep to the general idea of you're a superhero and you actually have to make choices who lives or dies, I think that's a really good idea.
I think that's actually pretty cool.
It's a pretty sweet idea.
You can choose to be selfish. You could choose like maybe this person is gonna make you super successful, like with money later on.
Well, how do you make a split decision while also getting all this information?
I know that's the problem. You have to have some sort of character development, like you know these people, and because it can't be just like a.
Yeah. See,
There's
that's
gotta be
it
a
would be
way.
an open
There's gotta
world.
be.
You would be talking to people and all that stuff all the time. Depending on who you talk to and develop more relationships with, those are the people that maybe your enemies are targeting. So it's kind of like a life simulator in a sense, but then every once in a while, one of your enemies just grabs one of the random people. It's like, oh, not the random people, but the random people that you've
you've
chosen to like talk and develop a relationship.
Well,
with.
if you make it's just an idea. We don't have to go with it, but what if the decisions you have to make are also superheroes, but with different abilities, and so it's kind of like Infamous in a way, where you're kind of going on the streets and you're choosing whether or not to be good or bad, kind
Yeah.
of thing, and then it gets to the part where because there is kind of a story in Infamous where it gets to the point where maybe you have to choose. Between like one of the two people that are like helping you, like your sidekicks or whatever, you have to choose between one of them, and so
Yeah.
then you lose that person with that ability. I don't know. It's kind of hard.
that could be one of the
but,
decisions.
yeah, it's just it's hard because it's like if you're a superhero yourself, you know what I mean. Like you don't typically work along normal people on a daily basis. That just doesn't really happen.
Yeah.
So it's like there's got to be a way to incorporate where these people are more involved in your life.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You know
That's
what I
what I'm
mean?
saying. It's more of a life simulator. And you develop relationships, you talk to different people, you get to know them, you invite them to parties.
Well, think about like Clark Kent though. Like he knows Lois and that's it. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't
He
really.
doesn't know just Lois.
Yeah, but like, pretty
He
much
knows,
he doesn't.
He knows Lawrence Fishburne. He knows.
You know what? Like he doesn't. Superheroes don't like tend to be super like
Social
out
Super
there.
social.
with regular people.
That's our one down. Their one weakness is.
That's what I'm
They're
saying.
not super
That's why it's gonna be hard to develop. These people in your life.
It's gonna
if
be
you're
hard
not
to do character development
on the, of other
that
people.
is required of the.
It's hard, man. You know.
I like the idea.
That's
I
why
do.
I don't.
There's got to be
understand.
yeah.
I feel like it's almost like a rapid fire thing. It's like at the beginning of this game, I'm thinking like a smaller game, like less a life simulator, like a small game, like
Yeah.
just kind of like an ethics, quick fire, get to know yourself kind of thing. So there's two people, and it gives kind of a list of what they're all about. Like, oh, this one's
Yeah.
pregnant. You know this person. You're in love with this person.
So you don't develop relationships. It's
You're just given,
the game
like-
shows you.
shows you, and you
This
have
is
like
your
a
life.
certain number of time the clock is ticking, and you have to like
Yeah, choose.
snap decision,
Okay.
choose.
Yeah, sure.
And then after you've done that, maybe you pick between that person and somebody else.
And you find out later that Cynthia was actually pregnant.
Oh my god.
I was just about to say that.
And
you
you-
didn't know because she
with
had a child.
your
No!
baby.
Pregnant with your child.
With your
3 weeks.
child, no.
3 weeks, and you're like, no. So yeah, so you get the list of why you should save each person,
Or why you should.
or why you shouldn't. Pros
But
and
you
cons.
don't
Maybe there's a
know
pros and
some
cons list.
specific
And like they
things
get,
about them.
and they
Yeah.
get like harder and harder
And so
and harder.
once you choose and the person dies, it gives you a list of here's what happened because you didn't choose this person. Your mom
Yeah.
just died.
Yeah,
because they were
maybe
gonna
it-
save her life later.
Yeah, maybe it like gives a synopsis afterwards, like, oh, because you choose this path, this happened to you, this happened to you, this happened to you. The world blew up, you know.
Should there be kind of a sense of like your own life management too, like how much money you have in your account, how nice your apartment is, and all that stuff? And so maybe there's certain people. That if you save, they make you more successful, and you get a better.
Maybe you
in
have
life.
stats, so maybe like at
Yeah.
the bottom. I'm
Yeah,
still
at the
thinking
bottom.
like a quick fire thing. Like
Yeah,
the bottom,
okay,
you have
yeah.
money, you have prestige, maybe you have intelligence.
Yes.
And you have, and then as you save or choose not to save, a couple of those go up. Like maybe you save Cynthia,
Finances.
and your money goes up, but your happiness goes
Yeah,
down.
your happiness goes down. Your
Yeah.
morality
Cynthia's a
goes down.
terrible person.
Yeah,
She's got money.
She's
Superhero
awful.
She's got money.
status goes down. Interesting.
And
I
so
like that.
it not only, well, it really, it's kind of like tells you about yourself, like and
Yes.
like a personality test, but really messed up one.
Yeah, there's like every day that you play the game at the very end of the game session, it's just like here's the type of person you are based off of all the decisions you made. You're an awful human being, and you need to change your freaking life.
You're greedy.
I
You're
mean, they
very
have.
greedy.
I'm sure they have apps that are just personality tests. This is just
Yeah.
like a creative spin off a personality test, but it's kind of.
This would be so cool, dude.
I mean, it wouldn't have to be like a huge open world thing. It'd just be
Yeah.
like an app, a personality quiz app.
I
Yeah.
like this. I like this.
That'd be cool.
Now, should there be a sense of skill involved in saving the person
I don't think so.
at all? It's just lists and that's it.
Not the way I'm thinking of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the way that it should be.
Well, that's the great thing about this idea is that if we end up developing it in a way, like, you could go either way. You know what I mean? You can make this kind of how Dawson's saying, or you can make it where
Yeah.
you're actually, like, playing it
You
kind
could
of
do like the
Infamous
quick
in a
phone
way.
version where it's just the list, and then you could do a more skill based a little bit to where even if you do choose that one person, you
Well, think
still might lose them.
A great,
No, I don't like that.
Well, a great example of this,
Sure.
kind of what you're saying, is Fallout. You have for games like Fallout 3, Fallout 4, where you're, it's
I have an
open
idea.
world, you're going around
Yes.
and all that stuff. But then you have like a mobile game called like Fallout Shelter,
Sure.
where
What does that do?
It's like you're basically you have a shelter that you have to build up. You can like build new rooms. You can build new rooms. You know what I mean? Like that. You can get like a radio tower that once
Yeah.
you get to a certain point, you can get a radio tower that makes like more new dwellers come to you. So you're
Okay.
basically just trying to build up your Fallout shelter. But the game Fallout is there is points
Right.
where it's kind of similar to that,
Okay.
where you try to build up your shelter, but most of it is you're going out there to scavenge. There's a storyline and that kind of stuff. So it'd be kind of the same as this in a way. You can make the game where it is you in an open world, and then you could have the mobile version or something like that where it's more like how Dawson's saying. So,
Right. I like that. Okay, so do you think that this could correlate with the so maybe in the actual superhero video game, maybe you could choose like what kind of powers that you have in the beginning. Maybe these are the powers that you have.
So it's kind of like
like
the-
Infamous. You have a bunch of side missions that you
Yep.
could do.
Yeah.
There is maybe a storyline, but maybe while you're not playing the game, if you're on break at work or something, you could pull up your phone and like do all these rapid fire decisions and all that stuff, and that kind of determines like what kind of superhero you are, and it'll translate back into the game.
You can do it that way too.
Or you could just play the app straight up and not even play the actual game itself.
And
yeah,
you grow berries.
and you grow berries and export and import.
No, we're not doing berries.
I like it.
What?
Maybe you could even have a
Berries is
separate.
a
Yeah, you
whole
could have
different
you could
game.
have a separate video game where you could build up a business and improve your finances too.
That's too much like Farmville. We're getting away from the berries.
okay, fine. Sorry. Okay, I feel like that game's run its course. Anyone else have any ideas for that one? No.
Not really.
Okay, title.
Oh,
Ooh.
Title.
hold on. We're rapid fire. No wrong ideas.
Split hero.
Split hero.
Split decision hero.
Split decision breakfast.
Split decision berries. That's the name of your berry company.
Super decisions.
Super. No, that's dumb.
He just said no bad ideas.
No bad ideas.
No, they're all bad. Everything that we come up with so far is bad. Super Trooper. Isn't that a movie? I don't know.
That was a bad
Uh,
idea. I know Ryan just wrote a huge thing.
Yeah, I'll need to read that. I like Split Hero. That's my favorite so far.
I like Split. But isn't that
Split
a
is
movie?
a movie, yeah.
That's what I'm
It's
like,
like a
I'm
bad
pretty sure I
guy.
just saw a movie called Split. Yeah. Split hero.
Split.
Splitty.
Splitty.
Yikes. Splitter Cell.
No. Okay, I won't write that one down.
I don't know.
Hold on.
It's your choice. Choices.
That should be the
Choices.
that should be the tagline.
Choices.
It's
Choices.
your choice.
Choices.
You choose. You choose who lives
Complicated.
or dies. Who lives or dies.
Who lives or dies? The good, the bad, and the ugly.
That's something. What is that?
It's a movie.
Oh, is that a movie?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
The good, the bad, and
The
the
Goonies.
worst. No.
The superhero movie. The Goonies.
I need a thesaurus.
Oh, you know what? I want, and you can name your hero. I would 100% name my hero Mountain Dew.
Really?
Why?
I don't know. I just think it's
Because
cool.
there's Mountain Dew right here.
Yes.
Wait, we're not sponsoring them, okay,
We're
people?
sponsoring Mountain Dew. No, we're not.
Sponsor
Voltage.
us.
And whatever ad played at the beginning, we're not technically sponsoring them. Well, maybe we are, I guess, if it played. Okay. Kill.
Kill la kill. Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Interesting. Okay.
Viva la hero. No, what, is he a Spanish hero?
Live the hero or killing
Live the
people?
hero.
we making
Death
these an hour?
choice.
What'd you say?
Are we making these an hour?
Are we over an hour already?
It's an hour right now.
Is it an hour? So what?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Time
Oh, I could go for
flies.
another hour, dude. I'm having fun. So this is completely different from what we did last
Oh
week.
yeah, this was last week.
We're
Was
just rapid firing a bunch of different
games.
ideas.
Yeah. There's
Not
been
a
some.
bad
There's
thing,
actually
but
been some pretty good games.
There
that
has
we've
been some.
that
We've
we've
come up
talked
with a
about
lot of
today.
good games.
Yeah.
We didn't like flesh them out perfectly.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that we're coming up with a bunch of random things.
If you haven't checked out last week's episode, go and check that out. Basically, we just talked about a game that Austin called what? Silent
Pistol.
Silent Pistol.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that should be the name of the agent, by the way.
It's a pretty cool one.
His name's like, how are we supposed to take down this military base? It's impossible. Oh, there's a way. Silent Pistol.
Yeah, maybe.
We can make a movie about that. Yeah, check out last episode. It's awesome. Did we settle on a name or no?
No, we have not yet.
Okay.
None of these I like.
You don't like a single one.
Not a single one.
Split hero decisions. My kryptonite.
Ooh,
I don't know.
verdict. It's like you're choosing if someone's gonna live or die. I'm gonna write it down.
Verdict.
Sure, why not? I don't know.
Verdict.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Judgment.
No.
You have to judge.
The Judge.
You have to judge
No.
on.
I also
all
had
these
an idea
things.
for a superhero a while ago called the Judge.
And what was the superpower or her superpower?
Whatever he decrees, they have to do it.
That's pretty much what it was, actually. I wrote this down. I wrote a lot of it down. My name is... No, that's something else. Oh, that's that. Oh, what the heck? Next ideas to keep... No.
While Austin's looking, I just want to say to everyone who's watching, thanks for coming this week.
Yeah.
You guys,
we closing
you guys
out?
are. Well, I'm just saying, you guys are definitely more than welcome to leave your input as well.
Oh, yeah, superhero brainstorming.
I know that there's 4 viewers right now, so you guys are definitely
Four
more than
more than I
welcome to comment if you'd like. You don't have to.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this guy's a Supreme Court judge hero. His name is the Judge. Depending on the power of his strength compared to his adversaries, if he is stronger, whatever verdict he says out loud goes. So basically, there's like an algorithm that's going on in the background, like underneath him, and it's not like he's doing it, but depending on whether or not he's stronger than the other person, he could bend them to his will.
Interesting.
So if there's a guy that's like huge, like freaking ginormous, and he could never take him down, he has to like, he's gotta like, you know, like cut his Achilles tendon or whatever. You know what I mean? Like he's gotta weaken him to the point to where
Yeah.
he can't, like he's matched
Okay.
with his strength or less, and then whatever he says goes. But he's a good guy. You can say whether or not they live or die. I thought that would be an interesting guy.
That is an interesting guy.
We need to come up with a verdict on this. Verdict?
Just do verdict.
Verdict Man.
I think so.
Verdict.
Not Verdict Man.
I can't think of anything with this one.
Just Verdict. Boom, done.
Verdict.
All right.
Verdict. Hero.
So spend too much time on it. Verdict hero.
Verdict split decision to hero. Kryptonite, my kryptonite.
A little too long. We'll stick with verdict.
Okay, fine. You don't want to come up with a good acronym that people are gonna love? What?
Vizdi.
Vizde. That's just as good as Bagua.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, okay. We need to give a shout out to whatever Ryan's idea was, real quick. At least. Oh, Namboy's back. Okay. I'm just gonna read everything that he wrote really fast. Ryan Seller's log says, "How about a first-person game with a huge world map, kind of like a role-play game, but different sides? You are able to get a career in the game. Like military, will have perks to jets and tanks and other military weapons that you have to protect your country. Oh, so what? You're like the president? Also, a space station by people who want to work in astronomy. Oh, and we'll be able to travel to space and get information only for the country or location on where your team lives, but you can take territory from other teams. So it's basically like a military life simulator.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
That's really interesting because there's a lot of life simulators.
It's kind of like Risk.
Like kinda. You could choose to be like a peaceful nation, or a bad.
Well,
nation.
what would you
Korea.
do as a peaceful nation?
Nothing. Import and export berries.
Yeah, there you go.
As you could choose to just make sure that your economy is looking good, or you could decide to declare war. So basically, you're just the president, or you're the leader of that country.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I actually kind of like that. But it's just like a huge long game.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be like a
It'd be-
military life.
yeah.
Simulator. I think that'd be. Cool.
It'd have to be a game where
be novel.
it's
Yeah.
not like online multiplayer, because there's no way someone's just gonna sit there for 5 hours versus someone else
I
for
think
5
there's
hours.
a guy. I think there's a game sort of like that called Eve online. I know that there's like you can build up your own community and just like make it prosperous and all that stuff, and then you can choose to like mine resources from like different planets or something like that. And you can choose to be peaceful, or if people are like encroaching on your land, you can just.
Sounds familiar. That's
I
not
think
familiar.
that's something. It's old though, but I kind of like that. Yeah, Ryan says it's kind of like Risk. That's kind of cool. I like that. I don't have anything else to flesh that out though.
No.
But it's like it's nice.
Keep thinking about it, Ryan.
I think a good title for that one would be Risky Business.
Seems a little light.
I like it though. So we're going with it.
Risk FBS.
What does FPS stand for?
FPS.
First person shooter. Oh my gosh. All right. Any what time is it? It's time?
Yep.
It's time?
Close us out, Austin.
I don't want to end. I'm having so much fun.
Give us our ending theme song.
Man, now I know someone
Oh,
doesn't
crap.
want to go home
That's
to his
true.
wife. You just try to avoid his wife.
I was not listening.
Which his wife is watching right now.
Okay, just a real quick shout out. Namboy said, "I want a zombie apocalypse game where you can have your own group and build your own community and even raid others and be a bad guy." So basically, it's just an open world.
That's basically
Rust.
it's
When-
kind of
when it
it's
had
kind of
zombies in
like
it.
it's kind of like Fallout,
Yeah.
but more of a zombie-ness, I guess. Whatever.
I like that. You can be a zombie. If you got bitten by a zombie, it's not game
They
over.
should have a game where you're actually a zombie. You know what I
like
mean?
that.
And you just
Like-
live life as a zombie.
Yeah, you live life as a zombie.
and you just decide who to eat. What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe that should be what.
That'll be next week.
Maybe that should be what Verdict is. Maybe you're a zombie. You're not even a superhero.
You choose who to eat.
Just choose the. Who's more important? No, I'm just kidding. I like the superhero aspect better.
All right.
Okay, what? Okay, you guys decide what game we're gonna do a theme song on. We need to.
Today? What game
Yeah.
we talked about today?
Yeah, today.
Um,
what game deserves a theme song?
My favorite, personally, was the 50
99.
versus 50.
99
50,
Fallen.
50, whatever. 99 Fallen.
99 Fallen.
Yeah, that was probably my
on the
favorite
wall.
game today that we talked about.
That's not right. That's not right. That's
Is
not.
there going to be another ad?
No. It's not even plugged in anymore.
I need to
I'm
vacuum this chair. There's a lot of stuff inside this little space here.
Okay.
Can I take this off? Oh my gosh, I can. It's Velcroed.
What are you talking
I'm
about?
learning new things. Sorry. About my chair. It's
You guys need,
Velcroed.
I'm gonna need you guys to vamp
Okay.
or something. Vamp while I'm doing this.
Are you playing a game?
No, I'm trying to get past
Oh.
the ad.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
like it looked like a game.
Gotta come up with something. Vamp, vamp. Read some comments or something.
99 Fallen, baby. Yeah, that's yours, Nambo. 99 Fallen. That's what we ended up calling it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a sweet game title. That'd be so cool to be the last one standing.
That would be.
Like you
Is
just win
that the
against a
winner?
battle.
Like you have to be the last one.
You
standing.
have to be. There's got to be one person standing. Like
What if there's two
You could
people
be-
on the same team?
Oh yeah, yeah. But
They still have to be one person.
no, it's not like Hunger Games.
Both eat the
No, that would
berries.
make no sense. You're from like the same country, and you're like, oh, gotta kill each
It's
other.
99 fallen, not 98 fallen, not 97 fallen, 99 fallen.
It just means like the last one on either team.
I think that'd be cool.
It could be, you know what I mean?
I think it'd be cool. Like eventually, you're gonna have to kill.
No,
one of your
no,
own. I like it.
You could no, that's not.
I like
I
it.
don't like that.
hmm
No.
And then it becomes like a real battle to the death, and then that'd be entertaining to watch if you were dead.
No, because if you can outsmart and you just take down that other team and there's like 20 of you left, like that's pretty
Then
cool.
it's 20 versus
That's-
20.
No, it's
yes,
not.
yes.
I disagree.
It is.
You can make that game, but I'm not.
I totally agree with that. What about like a Hunger Games like video game? Is there one of those?
Yeah, that's pretty much what Battlegrounds and H1Z1 is. There's like 100 people, and
Mm-hmm.
you basically can like loot houses and get like guns and stuff, and you just have to kill each other. Whoever's last one.
Are there
standing.
ever teams?
You can have
Oh, yeah.
squads. Yeah, you can have like 4 people.
But you eventually have to kill people.
No,
Kill
squad.
people on
If
your
it's squad, you win. It's like it's just like the first Hunger Games where both of them like winners.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
Well,
in a
I
way.
want a game
But
where
it's solo.
you might
can
have a squad.
solo,
No, you start with the squad,
but
but
then,
then you have to go against each other.
that's an interesting idea though.
And then like you can choose to like backstabs like
That's
a
actually
really
a pretty
good
good
person on
idea.
your team if you
I
think
wonder-
they're a little
I'm
bit
trying to
too
think if there's
good.
Are we
game
fleshing
like
this
that.
idea out even more?
I'm trying to think.
I
if
really
there's a-
like it.
I'm trying to think if there's a game like that. To be
Well,
honest.
I'm just basing off the hunger, like the dynamics of the Hunger Games.
You can kill your teammates in this game though, but it's not like.
Well, I'm saying that you are gonna have to eventually kill your teammates.
but it depends on just
you
when.
you have to figure out when.
But because
That would be
that's
such.
a pretty good idea because
I
you
mean,
have
it's
to
just
use
the
them.
Hunger Games, but like if you were actually in a video game, like you get that feel, like oh my god,
Like,
when am I gonna
he
get back?
could kill me at any time.
Yeah, but if you kill him too soon, then you're on your own.
That's
Like I think that
wow.
was
I
such a good
actually really
idea.
like that idea.
And this could be, any like it could be first person shooter, but it could be. I don't need any more fruit snacks. I'm gonna get sick.
Well, in Battlegrounds, you can like change perspective, so you can be third person or you can switch to first person.
Do you think it would ever work as a not 3D game? Like
2D,
2D
like a panel kind of thing,
or like a top-down pixely thing? Or would it have to be 3D?
I don't know.
I feel like
It'd be cooler if it was more realistic. I think.
Yeah, there's a certain charm with. It depends on what feel we're going for. There's a certain charm from pixely games or 8-bit games. I guess it really depends. But I think that'd be such cool. Just the whole dynamic of you do have a team.
You do have a team.
You do have a team, but you're
they're
eventually
you're gonna have to
them.
backstab them,
Yeah.
or you're gonna get backstabbed
You're gonna get
first.
back. Yeah.
Ryan says a lot of people would rage.
Oh.
I'd get so mad if like I get killed by my teammate. You know what I mean? Like it's just too early. I don't know.
But
It's
there,
interesting.
there might be a mechanic where, I mean, of course people are going to rage, but maybe you can come back to life after a certain amount of time.
I
Or maybe you
don't think
can't.
so.
I don't, it's just the risk you play with that kind of game. I just think it would have such a feel. Like I
the
can
whole-
feel playing
Yeah,
it
I would
right
say
now.
the whole game, the whole time, you're gonna be like
Mm-hmm.
very cautious, and you're gonna be.
Yeah.
If it's an open world, if it's kind of like how Battlegrounds is, where it's like a map, and you basically you fall from a plane and you land. You can like kind of float to where you want to land in a way, and parachute wise. Some people might just separate from their team right away.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean,
they can
that's
get
your
away
choice.
as fast as possible.
Like
and kinda
really
get
the
away
only
from them.
connection you have to your team is like, let's say the color on your vest. Like nothing else is tying you together.
But the further you like the longer you last, how many people like other people die.
Mhm.
If you make it to like the top 10 and stuff, you're gonna get a lot more rewards, like points and
Mhm.
stuff that you can unlock.
Yeah.
So it's like you wanna get as far as you can, but there's gonna be a point where,
Mm-hmm.
and you could even like if like what would be cool about this is when I'm playing Battlegrounds and stuff, and I'm playing squad. Most of the time, I know all 4 of them. Like I know all the people I'm playing with, but it'd be fun to like just be friends with just one person. It's like you know this person really well, and then just play with 2 other random people, and then so you could plan out with your friend like, hey, once it gets to like this like certain point, we're gonna kill these 2, and just be like, hey, when it gets down to just us 2,
Yeah.
like 1v1. You know what I mean? Like have that respect. Like
Yeah, I mean that's definitely one way to do
Yeah.
it. I feel like there need to be more than 4 players though.
you think so? A squad would be more than 4?
Oh well, maybe a squad, but there'd be multiple squads. Like there.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot more squads.
Yeah,
in
okay.
person, but I'm thinking like when you're gonna backstab your
Yeah.
other 2 like people that are on your squad.
Yeah.
Like
What would be a cool mechanic? I don't know if any other game has this. Would be like you can talk to people, but only if you're like within earshot in the game.
I think I keep just going back to Battlegrounds, but it's very similar to Battlegrounds, this idea. But Battlegrounds, it's like I think that's how it works. You can like hold the chat, and I think if you're too far away, they can't hear
Oh,
you.
okay.
So I think that's kind of how it is.
Well, I
I'm
feel
pretty
like
sure
it
you
should.
can't do that.
Yeah, I feel like it should be that too.
Because I know that like in Battlegrounds, if I down someone, so someone's like they're basically like bleeding out in a way. Like I've had a guy that like started talking to me, and he's just like, "Oh, it's okay, man." Like, you know what I mean? Like I was like, "I'm sorry, I have to do this," you know? And he's like, "It's okay."
That's funny.
It felt really bad. I was like, but you have to do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I've never played that, so I don't know. I need to play some of these games.
Well, it's true. Ryan brings up a good point too. If you have a teammate and they're just really bad, like they're just not very good skill wise, they're probably gonna get shot by their teammate right at the beginning, anyways. If they can tell that this guy's not gonna help them out, anyways.
That is true.
But that also brings up a point where if you do kill your teammate, the other 3 or the other 2 or how many people are in the squad that we decide, if they see that you kill this guy, they might think that you're already trying to backstab, so they
Right.
might shoot you. So you have to be super cautious about that kind
Right.
of stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of mind games.
It's all mind games, really.
And it doesn't necessarily need to be I mean, it's shooter, but it doesn't necessarily need to be guns.
Yeah,
Like it could be anything.
You could do it like kind of old school with swords and bows and arrows. and
So,
stuff
or
if you
bows and
want.
arrows, you could have different maps where you have different kind of things. That'd be cool.
I honestly like the idea, and it definitely brings that. Like you're gonna the whole time you're playing, you're just gonna be
Paranoid, yeah.
the whole time.
I
That's what
just-
we call it, paranoid.
Paranoid, yeah. I like it. I just like that Hunger Games feel, like that feeling I got when reading the book. Like, oh my god, like if I was in this situation, like what would I do? I'd probably just run off by myself because I don't trust any of you.
I think I would end up doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't think if it was just a bunch of randoms, random people together, I think I would just go off on my own. I wouldn't be able to trust.
I wonder if
anybody.
there'd be some kind of mechanic to keep, like, an incentive to keep them together for at least a while.
Well, if you're gonna run into other squads and it's you versus 4 of them or 5, how many people are in a squad? Like you're gonna get toasted easy. You're not gonna survive that.
So
that's why the incentive is you want to live
to-
as long as you can because you're
Right.
gonna get that bigger reward if you make it to a certain point.
Yeah.
So that's the incentive. You go off by yourself, like yeah, you can, but if you run into another squad, like you're done for.
Unless you're super stealthy.
Yeah.
I feel like there's got to be other ways to win besides just head on who has the most numbers. Like there should be like a way you can.
Well, people are
not
pretty.
snipe people,
I
but
was gonna say people are pretty decent if you're a good shot or not. You know what I mean? You have to be able to have that skill.
yeah.
That's intense.
How's it going?
I don't know. I've
Yeah.
just been messing with this. What did you guys even been having?
Dude, that's a pretty sweet idea though.
It
I like the
is.
game idea.
I can't wait to listen back to this episode to hear what you guys have been talking about.
Yeah, you'll have to wait till then.
Yeah. We're not
All right, ready?
repeating ourselves.
Dude, yeah, this is pretty freaking sick.
Okay, well then do it.
I'll tell you what. Well, hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to
Sounds good.
figure
Oh,
out
wait,
how
I
I
can't
can
hear it.
You can't hear it?
Oh.
No.
Okay, here it is.
Is this one that you made?
Okay.
It's got like Arabic on there. What's the purpose of this again?
This is a theme song for the video game. For 50.
Oh, gotcha.
50 fallen.
99 fallen.
99 fallen on the wall. Okay, I feel like I
That's
should
pretty
put-
cool though.
Does this sound pretty cool? Oh, you're talking about the name of the game.
That too, both of them.
Okay, I need to be able to hear it now. Oh, it's not playing. Oh, that's sad. Oh, that's because.
Oh, just one more point here. Nambo, it says the trick would be call your teammates while they're sleeping. So I wonder if we made it to where it's like a.
Maybe you have
like,
stamina, like.
the day goes by pretty quick, so like you have to sometimes.
I agree with that.
That might be interesting.
Yeah, and you have like one of the mechanics is you have stamina, and if you get low on stamina without resting, you have to go to sleep for a while. It won't be like tons of time to make the days go fast, but you also have hunger, like foraging to find items or whatever to feed yourself. Otherwise, you lose food.
Oh, should we be rapping right now? 99,
Oh, yeah!
99
Sell it.
fallen.
Sell the game right here.
Buy the game.
What rhymes with fallen? 99 fallen, you're gonna die if you're stalling. Don't be ballin'.
I disagree with what we're doing right now. Let that be here. Let that be heard.
Alright.
Oh, this is so
That's
cool
so cool.
sounding.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to make this into a song
Pretty sweet.
for myself.
It's pretty cool. That's pretty sweet. You can make some pretty sweet song like music.
This is really cool. I'm excited about this app, dude. Okay.
What's it called?
Okay. DPM or something like that.
DPM?
Hey, what's up, Slim Pickens?
DPM.
Yeah.
Jacob,
Hello,
don't be in the
how's
shot.
it going?
Don't
Alright.
be in the shot. What?
DPM, right?
Yeah, DPM.
DPM, Nambo. It's on the. Did you find it on Android?
No,
DPM.
I got distracted.
Oh, okay. So we know it's on iPhone. We don't know if it's on Android.
I'm having too much fun. I don't even want.
Close it out.
I know. Okay, we did close it out.
You can do it on
What
your
are we
free
doing
time.
right now?
Let me. How do I pause this?
I hope you guys like our how we have the camera that's set up this time. And you can see all our figures here on the table. I think this is definitely a better camera angle than we had last time. But definitely check out episode 1 if
Okay.
you haven't already.
Yeah, check out episode 1 where we talk about Silent Pistol, one of the best games ever created by man.
Yeah. Or not created by
okay.
man.
Not yet.
Not yet created.
I'm
by
probably gonna
man.
have to edit this video because it probably went. Or sorry, edit the podcast, edit the audio because it went on for probably too long
Yeah,
in
probably.
certain aspects. Whatevs. You know what I mean?
Whatevs.
Whatevs. All right.
It's aight.
Well, we have to change the outro because we talked about like 12,000 different
Yeah, we did.
video games.
You don't have to make the outro super complicated.
All right. Well, that's a few more games in the bag. Take them home. Open up that sweet glossy case. And get high off the sweet ecstasy that is old school video game manuals. Oh, yeah! On Twitch and YouTube, or I guess it's Twitch, I don't know. We'll be back next Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on podcast services. We'll be back next Friday morning. Be sure to send in your video game ideas at Build a Game Shop on Twitter with the hashtag BAGW. If you guys could possibly go over to iTunes if you're listening to the podcast, leave a review, rate it. That gets us higher on the rankings and
Yeah,
all
please
that stuff. That really helps out a lot and gets the show out there a little bit more. Also, if you guys have your video game ideas and all that stuff, make sure that you send them in. Did I already say that? Yeah, send them in to @BuildAGameShop on Twitter.
That's for you, Nambo. You say you have another idea for a game?
Yes.
Send it to our Twitter.
If we're not live, just keep those
Yeah,
ideas
keep it
aflowing
going.
so that we don't have to wait for people.
And we can bring it up next week.
We can bring it up next week. We'll be checking that actively. I'm on the Twitter page like every single
Yeah,
day.
and I'm checking YouTube a lot too, so you can comment on those as well.
Yeah, on the videos and all that stuff. Also, if you guys could share the show with your friends over on Twitch, they could be here live. They could listen to the podcast if that's more their thing. Share it with all your friends and family and all that stuff. Try to get it out there so that we can get as many ideas popping as possible. I think that's it. Jason, if they want to see more of you, where can they find you?
Just white and pasty.
I'm not even
Check it
gonna-
out.
Yeah, check it out.
Check out Finley House for Austin. There you go.
Yeah, finleyhouse.bandcamp.com. I make music.
He does.
I'm not feeling the song that I'm working on right now though, which is a huge bummer.
It's okay.
I might
Change it up and do what you're doing on that.
Seriously, I
Just
might.
don't even do vocals. Just do like an instrumental, like whatever you're doing. That'd be kind of cool.
I was feeling the song, but then I got out of it. It's a sadder song, so it's kind of hard to stay in a sadder
Put
song.
it on the
Yeah.
back burner.
Yeah,
I might
Come
put it
back
on-
to it.
It's hard though because it's supposed to come out on the 1st of May, so I only have like 2 more days.
Yeah, good luck with that.
What else? You know what I mean? I gotta do something. Anyway, I'm Austin.
I'm Dawson.
And I'm Jason.
And until we meet again, go get lost in the digital world and play yourself some video games. Just please, don't forget to feed the dog. I don't know. I thought that I would close out with that kind of stuff. We out.
Yeah, don't forget to feed the dog.